Monterey County has some of the highest hospital rates in the country, and that fact has caught the attention of state regulators, now looking to put a lid on healthcare costs across the board. Our special Health Watch investigation continues tonight with more on those hospital rates and how the state plans to rein them in. Estevan Rodriguez is a bartender on the Monterey Peninsula. A couple of years ago, an infection landed him in the hospital for more than a week. He was shocked by the bill. So now, as a member of Unite Here, a union representing hospitality workers, he's become very vocal about high hospital rates in Monterey County.
I'm just realizing now that our healthcare here in Monterey Peninsula, Monterey County, is more expensive than San Francisco or LA.
And Estevan is not alone. A study from UC Berkeley found that California workers and their families have faced 2 decades of worsening healthcare affordability. Premiums and deductibles have risen faster than wages, taking up a larger and larger share of household income. And that economic pressure pinches everyone, but it really hammers lower income working people.
Natividad is just as expensive. That is the county safety net hospital, and they are running a profit. That is a problem. There's no reason why a safety net hospital should run a profit.
To address that affordability crisis, the governor and legislature in 2022 formed the Office of Healthcare Affordability, commonly known as OCA. The goal was to rein in healthcare costs. Ivana Krajcinovic runs a fund that provides health insurance to Unite Here members. She also sits on an OCA advisory board. She says even they were surprised by Monterey County hospital rates.
When I started talking to people about this about a year ago in other parts of the state, they would just sort of roll their eyes and say, oh, well, CHOMP, everybody knows CHOMP's expensive. What they didn't understand was the order of magnitude. Like when I said 559% of Medicare, people were blown away. The other thing that was a surprise was the Salinas hospitals, because they said, well, you could get your people to go to Salinas, it's not that far. And I said, oh no, that's changed too.
For their part, the big 3 hospitals in Monterey County, Community Hospital of the Monterey Peninsula, Salinas Valley Health, and Natividad, all say rates charged to commercial payers are necessary to make up shortfalls from government programs like Medi-Cal and Medicare, which don't reimburse at 100%. They also say they are investing in lower cost alternatives like mobile clinics, urgent care clinics, rural clinics, and wellness programs like Blue Zones, all of it designed to keep people out of high cost hospital settings.
The more we can keep them out of the hospital, that's better, is often better for the patient, but it also is better for the utilization of resources.
We are trying to deal with an access and affordability. It might come in different places than the hospital. This is the most expensive place to run.
But OCA is increasingly focused on hospital rates, currently considering a 3% annual cap on hospital rate increases. Salinas Valley says that may force them to cut services. CHOMP says they'll deal with it, but they may have to dip into reserves.
If we're expected to provide a full range of service to our residents in our community, regardless of their payer status, these limitations may not make that possible. Hospitals close, and at some point, even the reserve funds that we have can only last so long.
The reserves, the financial strength that Montage Health has, will allow our community to rest assured that we're going to be here for decades to come.
And those reserves, investment funds, are substantial, to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. In the case of CHOMP, more than $1 billion. Money that makes money. And while hospitals may see these investment funds as financial security nets, union activists see them as another big pot of money that could be used to reduce rates. Krajcinovic acknowledges that a lot of hospitals in California are struggling. We have examples right here on the Central Coast. Watsonville, just coming out of bankruptcy. Hazel Hawkins in San Benito County, currently facing bankruptcy. But she says that is not the case in Monterey County.
These are not hospitals that have had a problem with profitability. They have all been profitable. They were profitable during the pandemic. We are very different from some other hospitals that are truly struggling and, probably do deserve, some help to make sure that those communities still have access. That's not the problem we have in Monterey County.
And for the record, we did request an on-camera interview with Natividad, but they declined. They did give us a one-page statement which for the most part echoed the explanations offered by CHOMP and SVH. Meantime, in Sacramento today, OCA held their monthly meeting. Hospital executives from Monterey County, both from the Community Hospital of the Monterey Peninsula and Salinas Valley Health, were there to lobby against that proposed 3% cap on healthcare costs. Workers and union leaders were there as well to argue the other way. If OCA does impose it, it would be one of the most stringent cost containment measures in the country. We'll keep you posted.